If I treat you wrong, I'll make it right. 'Cause loving you is easy, the feeling's too strong, why try to fight it? Loving you is easy, been away for a while, love was out of style. Waited for an answer, when you broke the rules, I played it cool. Come on, give it a chance, girl. I sleep alone and I wonder, is this a spell I'm under? But you slipped away. Belong to you, I can't have it any other way. Ooh, when you left for good, you thought you could. And never mind the feeling, when you think of me, I can guarantee I'm still staring at the ceiling. No sleep alone, and I wonder, is this a spell I'm under? This foolish heart still thunders. You slipped away. Belong to you, I can't have it any other way. Oh, if I treat you wrong, I'll make it right. 'Cause loving you is easy, the feeling's too strong, why try to fight it? Loving you is easy, I can be the one who can hold you tight. Loving you is easy, till the morning sun shines an early light. It's easy. Your loving makes it easy. It's easy, so easy. Your loving makes it easy. It's easy, so easy. My loving takes it easy now. If I treat you wrong, I'll make it right. 'Cause loving you is easy, the feeling's too strong, why try to fight it? Loving you is easy, I can be the one who can hold you tight. Loving you is easy, till the morning sun shines an early light. Loving you is easy, I treat you wrong, I'll make it right. Loving you is easy, feelings too strong, why put up a fight? Loving you is easy, feelings too strong. Loving you, loving you,
Hello, 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 hello. Mic check 1 2. Hey, welcome to Monday night. This is a show called AKTV, or it's a YouTube channel called AKTV with a show on it. Or branding is so hard, guys.
Yeah.
Really, it's the struggle. My name's Alex Kramer. If you're joining me for the first time, I'm a Nashville native music maker, broadcasting this little do-it-yourself talk show from my basement. And I'm really happy you're joining me. Will you please let me know where you're at, where you're coming from? Jump in the chat, jump in the comments, say, hey, how are ya? I see you. Uh-oh, it's going to happen again. It always happens that way. I never catch it. Where you at, guys? Holler at me in the comments on Facebook or on YouTube. I'm trying to get the YouTube going, but all you guys just show up on Facebook, which is cool. because we're just going to take these videos and throw them to Instagram where all the cool kids are at anyway, right? Right? Real quick, Leo Cam. What? Bam, 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 bam. Leo Cam. That's a Leo Cam. Actually, we just got Leo's other house all cleared out. He's living here full time. And look what I was gifted. Look what I found. Oh my goodness. It's baby Leo. Can you believe that?
No, that's incredible.
It's not real.
That's the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life.
His head is the size of the rest of his body. Are you guys seeing this? Okay. We got a couple people here. Shout it out. Say some cuss words in the comments. I don't know. That's Leo. This is a tchotchke. We were just talking about this earlier. This has been with me in a bag of stuff somewhere, a junk pile or a junk drawer, throughout all of my travels in life. I got it from my dad, and he doesn't know where it came from because since he was a small child, he's had this die rolling around. It's always been sitting near, and it's just sort of a weird, it's a paperweight. It's a brass die paperweight. It's a family heirloom, and he thinks it might have been his, grandpa's. It might have been around since before that. It's been around forever, and it's indestructible, and it's just nice to have a little thing to touch every once in a while. Tchotchkes.
That's right.
Opening segment. Did it.
Is that your opening segment?
I did. I was like, I have to work out like a little special thing to do for the time before I introduce you, and then I just decided today that my special thing is Leo picture and brass die.
Cool.
Doesn't have to be much.
Hey, it's your life. It's entertaining.
It got the job done though. I think it's entertaining. What's also entertaining is my very talented and affable guest. He originally hails from Raleigh, North Carolina. He lives now in Nashville, Tennessee, and he's a great up-and-coming songwriter. And I'm proud to say that I'm in a band with him called The Real. You know him, you love him. Give it up for the one and only Sam Gyllenhaal.
Hey!
All right, that's all we can play of that song. Sued. Hi, Sam.
Hey,
Thanks for joining me.
thank you for having me.
How are you?
This has been a long time coming, has it not?
It has, yeah.
Yeah.
We've had Sam booked for a while. Took a couple of weeks off because I do this for free, and sometimes I get busy on Mondays, and I don't want to do it.
And the snow.
Yeah, the snow. Snow day. How was your snow day?
It was so awesome. I sledded. Snow week, you mean?
Right. We kept saying that. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was truly snow week.
I did some dangerous sledding, and it reminded me that I'm alive,
Yeah.
and I'll never look at life the same again.
You had a little partner injury with your sledding.
Yeah,
Two-man sledding, not advisable.
not advisable in this scenario. So, my girlfriend Chloe and I, our first ride down this hill, which sloped off like this, super steep, and then was straight, and we rode together down this sled and crashed, and I rolled over her and really hurt her shoulder.
How is she on the mend now? Is she okay?
Oh, she was fine after one day or so.
Oh.
But,
Does she take vitamins?
yeah,
Good.
yeah.
Because that'll help her help you rebound better, your bones
Right.
and everything. It's all holistic, right?
Yeah, she's a very healthy eater too.
Yeah.
She eats healthy. Maybe that has something to do with her quick mending.
Shout out Chloe Madigan. I miss you.
She might be watching. Chloe, if you're watching, announce yourself.
Yeah. Oh wait, I'm kind of low on YouTube. Yeah, Ping's helping me out. Okay, kind of low on the volume on YouTube, but not on Facebook. Well, that's weird.
That's how it goes. This is new technology.
And yeah, we're learning every day, aren't
Yeah.
we? Right? Ping had to turn his TV way up. Well, watch out, Ping, because we're about to blow it out.
I can sit forward, maybe, if you want.
I mean, you can just go home. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean that. That was rash, and rude, and I don't actually want you to go home. Are you wearing Mardi Gras colors on purpose?
No.
It's Mardi Gras.
Well, then yes.
All three.
But one
Boom,
thing
boom,
that's
boom.
not Mardi Gras is
It is not Mardi
the
Gras.
state of Minnesota.
Fat Tuesday was...
Tomorrow?
No, I think it was week before last.
Snow Week.
But I think...
No.
Snow Week.
No,
was
no,
it?
no, no, no.
I think it was Snow Week, because I remember... I think Bourbon
Last week
still had
wasn't
a thing.
Snow Week.
Time is...
Snow Week was the week previous.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But no, I'm not dressed in Mardi Gras attire. That would be cool if I had that kind of foresight and fashion sense, but I don't.
Well, you're doing it up. You look good.
Thanks.
If I may say so. It's going to happen again. Okay. Got it. Got it from... Hi, Amy Comer. Hi, Rick Waldrop. Okay, people.
Hey, Amy.
Okay. We probably got some people over on YouTube, too. This is Sam Gyllenhaal, guys. I'm showing you my Sam.
I am your Sam.
Very excited. Where were you actually born originally? Raleigh?
I was born in Miami, Florida,
Okay.
when I was 2.
We've gone over this a few times.
Yeah,
I
but
know.
it's, a good reminder for the people.
It's extensive.
Yeah, it's extensive, and it's part of what makes me who I am
Yeah.
as a human.
Every little bit. Yeah. You're special.
I am special.
Just for being you.
I would venture a guess that I'm one of only a few who have lived in Miami, Florida, till I was 2, Raleigh, North Carolina, till I was 13, Minneapolis, Minnesota, hence the hat.
Mm-hmm.
Huge Vikings fan. Then I went to school in North Carolina.
Graduated high school,
Graduated high school in Minnesota.
Minneapolis.
Minneapolis area.
Were you a Prince fan in high school? Was that a revelation or?
I don't think I had a sophisticated enough music, sense when I was in high school. I was just like dipping my toe in.
Yeah.
Like I started listening to classic rock radio, and for some reason they didn't play a ton of Prince on there because he probably wasn't. Do you feel like he was classic
Quite
rock
considered
at
classic
that point?
rock.
Like back in 2007?
I mean, even now, yeah, he's kind of on an island of itself. Although timeline-wise, yeah, it probably could be. It could qualify as that. But yeah, for some that just doesn't seem to line up. It was more, but it wasn't as. It was more rock and roll than Michael Jackson or something that you would compare it to as contemporaries of the 80s. But yeah, where would you find Prince on the radio in that kind of a format in a programming like?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't
But
know if you would.
I mean, high school is where
What a
my
shame.
musical taste really started to, blossom and become good.
Yeah,
Like friggin' Tom Petty.
yeah. The
I
fundamentals.
always listen to the Beatles, but Tom Petty, the Eagles.
Eagles know thee. Fun
Eagles
fact:
know thee.
the band Eagles is called Eagles without a thee.
Yeah,
It's hard to wrap your head around that. It's uncomfortable, but
right.
anyway. But yeah, so that was all your formative like independent research of rock and roll music is like that's kind of like the building blocks to. Were you playing music at the time in high school?
I
Did you play guitar?
played music my whole life. I started guitar when I was 4.
Okay.
And then kind of
You started playing guitar when you were 4 years old?
yeah, so here's the thing though. I only played until I was 10 because I didn't like practicing. I loved performing, but I did not like to practice. And I only really I played like piano and I played the banjo for a little while.
Uh-huh.
Surprise, surprise.
That's cool.
My dad plays a mean banjo.
You gotta fold that into the band. You
Yeah,
still got
well,
banjo
it was.
chops?
It has been, but that's a different band. That is the Gyllenhaal family band
Oh, cool.
with my dad. So
Super cool. What does Dad play in the GFB?
banjo and harmonies.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys dual banjos?
No, like
That's his.
yeah.
That's his
But
vibe.
I took banjo lessons for a little while.
Cool.
My
My mom played banjo until she met. He's making weird noises. Mom played banjo until she met my dad.
Mhm.
And my dad, and this is a famous story with them, that he made a little joke, and it wasn't even really a joke, it was just an observation, and he was just like, wow, the banjo is about the rudest instrument I've ever heard. Just
My mom would agree with
describe the
that.
whole instrument as rude.
Yeah.
Just rude knocking on, and Mom never played banjo again.
Aw.
Isn't that sad?
It's never too late to pick it back up
I
again.
always end the story that way, and it's always just wow.
Uh,
Dad's great to Mom otherwise, not That was the only time he was ever verbally abusive, just about the banjo. Which,
Yeah. I get it.
I get it.
You know?
It's a loud and proud instrument. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's you got to be all in for the banjo. There's no tiptoeing around.
Right.
Well, that's cool. So grew up in the family band. Was that just like holidays and get-togethers and Jill and Hell and Hootenannies and
Man,
or was it like a professional family band?
No.
Yeah, it was just-
I mean, for my dad was in journalism.
Oh yeah.
You know, most of his life, and music for him was something he was very passionate about and therapeutic, and he played in bands all along the way. There's some badass photos of him.
Oh,
bands.
I believe it.
Yeah.
It's like submit that to the old school cool subreddit. They've got a lot of
Yeah.
cool like old photos of people's parents and stuff.
He had a real bad mustache.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I think about Anders every time I'm out in nature and I see a bird. I'm like, Anders probably knows what that bird is. And it's funny because I was thinking about it and like it's sort of amazing to see kind of just everything in nature is like green and brown and maybe like a little bit of like a tan, like a pale like dry grass or you know a pale yellow.
Right.
And then just to see this vibrant royal blue, just electric blue thing sitting right. I was looking at seeing this little bluebird in this bush, and just this splash of color that, like, in an ecosystem, like that's what nature produces. I guess it sounds kind of like maybe woo woo or silly or something, but it's unbelievable. It's amazing.
Well, they're trying to
It's
attract
a little-
mates.
Right?
Yeah.
Aren't we all?
That's why we wear bright colors.
That's true. I guess that's something we have in common with the birds. Does your dad does he point out and like when you're driving along, he's like, "Oh, that's a Austrian finch," with fancier terms than just like bluebird or something simple? Or
He definitely does. So my mom and my dad are avid bird watchers, as you probably have surmised.
yeah, I guess I didn't really
Yeah.
set that up. Parents are avid birders.
Yeah,
They just
birders, and they just signed a book deal. Well, a couple months ago.
I think that's so cool.
It's
That's
so
awesome.
freaking cool. They signed a book deal to write about the people that are trying to save the birds
Uh-huh.
because climate change has really affected, like it has every species.
Right. This ecosystem
It's really affected the birds and their flight pattern, everything.
wow.
So they're writing a book about the people that are trying to save the birds, which is awesome. But all that to say that
That's so cool.
both of them know all the bird types, and my mom spots them, and my dad takes pictures of them.
Oh, it's a tag team.
It's a tag team. Yeah.
So are they putting them in a volume, or are they collecting them and storing them for anything? Just like these are the birds that are around. Where are they now? Florida?
I have no idea. Somewhere in Florida.
It's top secret. They haven't been heard from for
Yeah.
6 months.
It's beautiful. They send me pictures all the time.
Are they in the Everglades?
Yeah.
Deep.
So they have an Airstream trailer, which is even more badass.
Oh man, they live at the dream. It's
and they
beautiful.
just park it in, a trailer park,
wherever. Yeah.
and in these beautiful locations all over the U.S. And they tell us where they are. Sometimes I remember, and sometimes I don't.
Yeah.
Where
Where are they home based out now? Is
Raleigh.
it- Oh, they're back in
Yeah.
Raleigh. I thought they went back to Florida, but y'all have zigzagged a couple of times.
But they are in Florida right now,
But they are in Florida right
Currently.
now. Good.
doing interviews for the book.
Anders, text me back. I'm just kidding.
Actually, my dad would love to text you. My dad is always down for great conversation, and you easily supply it.
That's nice. That's wonderful. Yeah. They're good people. When did you first come to Nashville? You came once and then came a second time, right?
Yes, I came to Nashville right after college to become a big star.
Right.
And I learned
That was it. You were in college. You were writing songs. You were doing the thing.
yeah.
I jumped ahead a little bit, but what year is this in Nashville? Like first time?
2011
Okay.
was when I graduated college, and songwriting was something I figured out that I could do,
Mhm.
and that that's one of those things that, oh, not everybody can do this, but I can do this.
Yeah.
Okay,
This
I'm going to
is
base my whole life around that.
This is the thing that I'm good at.
Yeah,
Don't have to question it anymore.
right. So I moved to Nashville and learned a lot about songwriting and the business and, you know,
How many songs do
Playing
you
my
think
instrument.
have you written since you moved here?
since I moved here, probably about 300.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Some of them are good and some of them are mediocre and
Yep.
not very many of them are bad. But
I like that you
Yeah.
have the confidence and the self-awareness to say, you know, I'm not out here trying to write bad songs on purpose.
yeah, I mean, what's the point?
Yeah.
You know,
Why
they're not
just
bad to
crap
me.
it?
They're
Yeah.
not bad to me. You
Exactly.
know, they might be bad to somebody else.
Well, I had a couple that I thought. I'm just kidding. I actually wrote a list.
Is that what this is?
That's what this is. Actually, I just wanted to talk about birding. Let's wrap back around. No. So first to Nashville in 2011, and then why did you leave and come back?
I left because I was running out of money. I ran out of money.
The story. Yeah,
and it
that's
was terrible,
common.
terrible at waiting tables. I'm just an awful waiter.
Yeah.
And I just kind of needed to reset. And my parents were very adamant that I should use my degree to get a day job, which is in film, video, and that life would be more tolerable if that was my day job and then I did.
If you had
music.
security and
Yeah.
didn't have...
And it turns out they were right. So,
Parents sometimes are right, huh?
Yeah,
Sometimes parents just do understand.
yeah.
That's a DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince song.
Oh, I missed that.
Wait. Parents just don't understand. I think that's what it's called. I think I'm getting it wrong. Well, that's cool. So that's kind of what set you up. So that's been a consistent thing throughout your time in Nashville.
Yeah, so
That's such a nice freedom, is to not have to, like you said, it's a craft. It's
Right.
your life's work. So
Right.
the idea that if this doesn't make money for me by the end of this year, I just realized that we were only coming out of one side, and I have levels to show. Okay, that's why. Ping,
Oh.
we figured it out. I'm probably way louder on your TV now. Cool.
you're just blasting now.
Yeah. That probably really did it.
Yeah.
Lost my train of thought.
Well,
songs.
Yeah, so so I was in DC. I needed to find something more sustainable
Yeah.
than waiting tables, and I did freelance video for a long time. Needed a solid job. I was in a band in DC with Alex Schreiner, who is in my band now.
Is that Old Moonlight?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, and we had a friggin' blast playing in Old Moonlight, and the plan was always to move back.
Where did you meet Alex? In DC?
We went to college together.
In Miami?
Yeah, no, in North Carolina at Elon University.
I'm just doing
We were in
just
it. We
zigzagging.
were in. I know that's
I'm
what
just,
my
I'm
life.
just guessing every time,
Dude,
basically.
You can't be expected to know my timeline.
Well,
It's
yeah.
ridiculous.
But it's made you a very,
Yeah.
well-rounded person.
Alex and I were in an a cappella group together
Yes.
in college called Twisted Measure, and we were good sometimes.
Twisted Measure.
Yeah.
Sick! I love Twisted Measure.
Hey,
Great
you know
name.
what? Twisted Measure
Very-
was a great experience for me because I made friends through music, which is something that was rare in high school.
Huh, yeah.
You know,
I felt that. I was a little isolated with music in high school. Like, I didn't have...
in Nashville.
Yeah, in Mount Juliet, and even though Mount Juliet had a great musical scene, like, for teenagers, for, like, garage bands, I was just sort of cut for, like, when I was coming up, all of the other kids, there was a big wave of like, screamo, hardcore music, and I just never connected. I was a 12-year-old kid, just like...
You were playing with the more sophisticated dudes, right?
I don't think so.
Well, who were you playing with then? Just yourself in the basement?
Believe me. Started... There's no laughing, but there is the...
There's my laughing.
Yeah, that's good.
I laugh enough for
For a whole
5-6 people.
studio audience.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I guess what I mean to say is I was like a little kid who was like, don't you guys think that, like, John Lee Hooker's cool? Like, or just some random old, blues guy, and just that was the cloth I was cut from pretty early on, and I didn't meet really anybody else who just was into it. So I was in high school, and bless their hearts, I put a band together where I wrote most of the songs and had a bass player and a drummer. We were a little power trio thing.
Remind me the name of that band.
Spitfire.
Right, I love that.
And I kind of steamrolled on everything. Like the other two guys, one of them was like super into like Stone Temple Pilots, alternative rock, 90s stuff. The other guy was like straight metal, like deep metal, progressive
Which
metal.
player was that guy?
Bass player was deep into metal. Shout out to Artie. And it was like incredible stuff. And in hindsight, I look back and it's stuff that is amazing. Like there's a band called Opeth from Sweden, and also just like the big four metal bands like Metallica, Megadeth, Slayer, Anthrax.
Man, I have a lot of respect for metal. Those guys can really play.
I do too. It's amazing.
And
they
have a lot of control over their instruments.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and that it personally like never like really spoke to me doesn't mean I don't have respect for the art form.
Yeah.
More so nowadays, but back then it was like kicking and screaming. I was just like forcing these guys to play the kind of thing that I was into.
Oh, please. They were thrilled.
Well, yeah, in
They were
hindsight,
thrilled.
we're happy to do anything at all. And we made a little headway. Like, we played at a place called the French Quarter Cafe, which is now the Crying Wolf.
Really?
Because when I was in high school, I was just like a sophomore in high school, had my little Nokia cell phone. I cold called the guy, Dennis, and just said, hey, I have a band. Can you book us? And he just bought it. I was 15 years old. He believed me.
Where did you... Because there's that back room at the Crying Wolf.
Uh-huh.
You play in the back room or out in the main room?
There was no wall.
Okay.
It was a full open space, and they only made the wall for some sort of a capacity issue once the Crying Wolf was being renovated.
Gotcha.
So before there was no wall, there was a beautiful, large wooden stage that was like a solid 4 foot, maybe 4 foot stage, and it was spacious. I'll have to show you because I guess the band I played in after Spitfire was called Wallstone, and we did our like farewell goodbye show.
For Spitfire?
For the next band I was in, Wallstone, we did our like goodbye show at the French Quarter Cafe, and my brother videoed everything. He had like a 2-camera setup.
I'd love to see that.
So it's up on YouTube now.
Why did you farewell to that band?
I was actually sort of a replacement member. I consider Wallstone kind of like my first sideman gig.
Oh, those are
Because
important.
they were 10 years older than me, and I came into the band when their lead guitar player
Right, so that's
left.
what I was thinking of
Okay.
when I said the more sophisticated players.
They were light years ahead of me. Or I learned a lot from them, and they ended up just like getting married and getting regular
Sure.
jobs and going on to their lives. And I was like, "You guys are done?" That was basically like, "No way,
They're like, kid, you're not done. You're just getting started."
Right, exactly. Do you remember the first band that you were ever in?
Well, I was kind of late to that game. My first band was in college. I mean, I was making music way before then with the Gyllenhaal Family Band, obviously.
Yeah. And writing songs and
Yeah, well, I was in my first band not too long after I started writing my first songs. That was kind of the impetus to start a band. I got hooked up with this guy named Chris Kilgore. Shout out to Chris Kilgore. He lives in Atlanta.
it's a really
in college.
super metal name.
Yeah, he's not.
Kilgore.
He's just like a nice, kind, non-abrasive sort of person.
Opposite of his name. I love that. I love the contrast of that. Yeah.
And he was like a go-getter, and he's a fantastic lead guitar player, and he basically was like, "Okay, we're starting a band. Your voice is great. I like your songs." And he's like, "I know a bass player. I know a drummer. Let's do it."
He put it all together but he was the other guitar player. You guys were just tag teaming it. Well, you need that.
Yeah.
He's like, "You got the goods. I've got the business savvy."
I didn't know any players at that point.
Right.
I knew other singers in my a cappella group.
Yeah, exactly. Wow. So such innocent times. I've seen the photos on the wall in your lair.
Yeah.
In your spicy lair.
Oh wow.
The spicy layer?
The spicy layer.
Kind of has some panache.
Yeah, some spice to it, if I may.
Sam and his band, the Sam Gyllenhaal band, do Quick Plugola. They do a very entertaining Thursday night live stream called Spicy Thursdays, and they're broadcasting from the Sam Gyllenhaal Band Facebook page.
Yes. We're doing Facebook. Facebook page, Sam Gyllenhaal Band. If you search for that, you'll find it. Instagram Live, which is kind of an aside, I will admit.
You just set that up.
I just set that up, but the mix and the...
You got nice mics on the Facebook.
Yeah,
huh?
the nice cameras and the graphics are all on Facebook. And then we post it all on YouTube afterwards that's edited and the mix is mixed.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's cool. That's a new thing that you're doing.
Yeah.
So that's youtube.com/Sam Gyllenhaal Band.
just Sam Gyllenhaal
Okay.
on that. But
Less
yeah.
letters, you know. There's
So-
a lot of letters there in the Gyllenhaal, and they're not stingy with their vowels. The Swedes
I
throw
mean,
a couple extra A's in there just in case.
some people have told me, like, you should change your name because it's really hard to search for Gyllenhaal. And I'm like, no, it ain't. If you get close, you're going to
If
get
you
there.
get close, there's not an alternative. There's not a Gyllenhaas.
No.
That seems like vaguely Swedish.
Sure, or German.
Um,
But, I was like, no. I'm proud of my last name. I'm proud of Swedishness. My Swedishness.
don't you come from Swedish royalty technically?
I do.
What does that mean? Like on your dad's side?
So,
obviously.
Yeah. So my oldest, one of my oldest Swedish ancestors was a scientist. He was a royal scientist in Sweden. And, that's the extent that I know of that.
A royal scientist.
If you Wikipedia Gyllenhaal family, you'll find it. We have a family crest, which is pretty sweet.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. I have
That's
a coaster
lovely.
with my family crest.
That's
on it.
almost as cool as having your own brass die paperweight.
Almost. If I come on the show again, can I bring a tchotchke?
we should have done that tonight. That should be the thing.
Yeah.
Bring your own tchotchke
Yeah.
and let's have a little show and tell.
We got lots of tchotchkes. We're both tchotchke.
Big
fillers.
fans. I wonder what the root origin of that word tchotchke is. A couple people watching on YouTube. Amy Comer, what do you mean you just realized this is a private group and you tried to share? You can't share videos on Facebook? I might have
It's a
said...
private group.
I don't know what that means. I might have set it up the wrong way. It's likely that I did, but let me know.
Well,
Thanks
this
for
will be
watching.
rebroadcast to the public, I'm sure, right?
Yeah, in
Yeah.
all different formats. Yeah, I'm gonna burn a bunch of DVDs and mail them to all of your houses.
Yeah.
All 6 of you. Ah. Anyway, do you have an opinion on Greta Van Fleet?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. I think they're an awesome Led Zeppelin cover band.
They don't say the words they don't just say
They don't.
Led Zeppelin is an influence.
They don't even.
If they
go
just
there.
said that, it would absolve kind of everything that people criticize them for.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah. No, it would. I mean, like, they should give some credit where credit is due.
Yeah, and they
like-
say that their influences, if they were to list them off, is all like 70s, 60s, and 70s rock and roll bands that are tangentially and just related in the same camp as Led Zeppelin, but they won't say the most obvious thing. I think that's what sticks in people's craw.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. They want to be their own thing. I get that. And like, I was in a band that was heavily influenced by the Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
Eagles there wasn't that kind of shall I say copying of
Yeah.
Eagles. Like Greta Van Fleet copies what Led Zeppelin.
The sound,
The
and
sound,
the
the
whole,
voice.
the type of
Yeah.
themes in the songs.
They write their original songs, but they should acknowledge the fact that they sound very, very similar to Led Zeppelin.
I think that would
Because
help them
without
if they
that,
would just acknowledge
because if
it.
Led Zeppelin didn't exist, they would not be doing what they're doing.
It's confusing to me to watch something that it should be everything that I like because it's evocative. I love time travel in music. I
Yeah.
love using even if it's a plug-in, using the tape effect that gets an analog warmth, and I want to harken back to the things that inspire me. And something like that is done at such a high level, down to the threads, down to the clothing. It goes a little far into what starts to feel like dressed like Halloween.
Cover band.
More than a cover band, it's like it's like the musical equivalent of a Halloween costume, just dressing up as the 70s.
Yeah.
That was sort of the problem I had with Bruno Mars's 24 Karat record, was that it was like
just aping these different styles of music and doing it so well that it sounded like a 90s R&B song. This sounded like a 70s chic Nile Rodgers song or whatever. And I don't know what that line is. It was almost too accurate, but you can tell there's something when it just feels kitschy, I guess.
Sure. Well, I mean, isn't, artistry at its best blending different influences together, different sounds from different eras together to make your own thing, right? And
I don't know what it's called, but it's
I just think that's an important part of being a true artist, in my opinion. And
I would
so
absolutely agree to that.
yeah, I mean, I don't really know about the Bruno Mars deal, but I love Bruno Mars. But
I do, and I'm more like it than I dislike it, but there's a certain point where I go numb. I do go numb to it, but by comparison to whatever else, like, no, I think he's incredible. I'm blown away by it. Good buddy of mine, Jamario, plays bass for him, and they're killers. And actually, I went on tour with their keyboard player. I forgot, John Fawcett joined the Hooligans, and it's real music. It's real music in a day and age when there's, I don't know. Actually, I don't necessarily feel the way people just kind of the old tired idea of it's not like the way it used to be. Like, I think music is in a pretty rich and diverse place.
Sure, I agree. I think it's not on the radio.
Yeah,
but
I don't think it was on the radio in the '60s. Like the best art, like Pink Floyd or whatever, like the stuff that becomes the cornerstones of what shapes and influences a generation is not the top 40 Billboard. It's a different whole thing,
Right. I mean, there's hardly anything.
Led Zeppelin didn't have any hits. Like, they weren't on.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
No critical acclaim.
And,
Whereas Greta Van Fleet,
the critic. I mean, the critics in the '70s were brutal to Led Zeppelin, and they changed the world. They changed music.
Yeah.
It's wild. Yeah. That's crazy.
I don't understand why, but.
Well, critics are funny. It's I think it's a misattributed quote to Frank Zappa, but there's an old quote that says, writing about music makes about as much sense as dancing about architecture. Writing is art.
Yeah.
Music is art. But when critics write about music and they're trying to psychoanalyze something that should just be eye of the beholder, it's intrinsically wrong. That's what some people say about the whole idea of criticism or art criticism in general. It could go down a whole rabbit hole. I
don't totally agree with that. I think...
Like, how do you criticize art and quantify subjectively good versus bad?
Well, I think there's... I criticize music all the time.
True.
But...
I do too, yeah.
But at the end of the day, what I'd like to do, what I try to do is say, that's not for me. Right?
Yeah. I don't
that wasn't written for me. Mm-hmm. Taylor Swift's songs, I respect the hell out of them. They weren't written for me.
I'm not the target demographic.
No.
Not at all, yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, but I think that music critics don't make a lot of sense. I think music journalism makes a lot of sense in that you need to be able to report what's out there, what you're digging, what,
Mm-hmm.
a report on
the changes that are happening in culture and art and music.
You shouldn't be saying something is good or bad when it comes to music, because it shouldn't be the case.
Yeah, it doesn't boil down to just that.
Yeah, that's a completely subjective opinion, and you shouldn't be poisoning the well for someone. You should just be reporting on what the music is. This sounds like Greta Van Fleet sounds like they listen to a hell of a lot of Led Zeppelin, and their singer is extremely talented and can sing a lot like Robert Plant. That's music journalism.
Right. That's telling it like it is.
Yeah.
Real quick, Leo Cam. Oh,
he's sleepy.
There's some trash in the background.
He doesn't even know that he's on in front of the whole world.
Leo, do you want to be on camera? Mm-hmm. Good. Sam Gyllenhaal. Let me just do a little rapid fire round.
Sweet.
Some lightning round questions. It doesn't have to be lightning round. It never really turns out that way.
Okay.
What's your favorite dish to make at home?
Stir fry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Do you take the reins in the kitchen, or do you and Chloe tag team, or is she better than you?
Chloe is a
No
lot-
pressure.
Chloe is a lot better.
Oh,
than
great. See, he's saying the right
and
thing.
I'm not a terrible cook. You know, I can prepare myself a good meal, but she's a really good cook. So what's happening a lot right now is because we're in COVID times, some of our dates are her teaching me how to cook something.
Neat.
Yeah, I
What is
baked
she-
a cake. I baked my first cake this
You're a
weekend.
bakist.
Yeah.
Baker. I think.
I'm a bakist.
Yeah, you play a little slap bake.
Yeah.
We're killing it.
Oh man, and I am a pescatarian,
Oh,
so
great.
and as well as not eating any dairy or eggs.
So not quite vegan, except for the fish.
Yeah, vegan except for fish.
But see, you got the fish, so you can still get a good solid protein. The protein
Yeah,
is
I
great.
mean, I love fish so much. That would have been a real bummer.
Sushi Sam.
Yeah,
Yeah, Sushi Sam. Every time that we go off the air, just about every time on It's Only Wednesdays with Nicole Boggs and The Real, small plugola, Sam orders his sushi within 30 seconds of...
well, the place that is right on my drive home closes at 8:00.
Oh, that's a tight time
Yeah,
frame. Wow.
That's why I call right after.
We're done at 7:50 sometimes.
They
Yeah,
keep
that's
it. They
tight.
keep it open for moi.
Exactly.
You know,
they
I
know
can
you
get there-
now.
I can get there around 8:03. It's totally fine.
All right, wrap it. Lightning round question number 2. We're not doing great with this. Doesn't have to be rapid. Favorite scent?
I love non champa incense.
Good.
Burn it probably 2 or 3 sticks a day.
Yeah, Nicole's got a subscription. Not really, but there's
That shit lasts a long time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does. Yeah, it's wonderful. Love me some Nag Champa. If you could have if you weren't playing music, what would an alternative career ambition be? I guess it would be video and editing.
Yeah.
Or some version of
Yeah. Video.
AV media.
Yeah, video, film. I love making and watching documentaries. That documentaries will be a part of my life. That's another life's work of mine.
There's a world of wealth of knowledge to there's many lifetimes, and
Yeah.
there's so much to be interested in. I want to show. Have you ever seen the Mr. Fred Rogers' Garden of Your Mind when they did the remix song of Garden of Your Mind?
Mm-mm.
There's a very important message in that song, and there are so many things to learn about in this world, and so many people that can help us learn.
Yeah.
And then the chorus goes, "Do you ever grow anything in the garden of your mind? You can grow ideas in the garden of your mind."
I'm gonna cry.
It's good to be curious about many things. You can think about things and make believe. All you have to do is think, and they'll grow.
Man, the last time I don't cry very much, and the last time I cried was when I went and saw the Mr. Rogers documentary, not the film, the documentary that came 2 or 3 years earlier. I went to a theater by myself. It was packed with people. I was in the back row, sitting there weeping.
Chills, right? When
Yeah.
he's in front of the Senate committee and he breaks down the mean guy who's trying to
Yeah.
bulldoze him for getting PBS funding. Pretty incredible stuff.
Chloe's been trying to get me to cry. She's like, I'm not. She's like, you don't have to cry in front of me. You just need to go cry. You need to have a good cry.
You just need to get it out. Does she cry in front of you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's comfortable with it.
Yeah.
Cry for her sometime. You can't
Yeah.
do it on command though.
No, but I should. I was like, Chloe, you know what I need to do to just open up the floodgates is just go home, find something that will make me cry, and just break the seal. on
Yeah.
it. And I think I just realized what that.
You know exactly what's
going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it. Let's all get a good cry in tonight before we go to bed. A good. You never have as good a sleep as you do after a heavy cry session.
I wouldn't know.
So I've heard. Your cold, steely heart. Steely knives, but they just can't kill the beast. Do you know that Steely Knives in Hotel California was a reference to Steely Dan?
No, but that makes total sense.
because
What does that mean? What does that mean in reference to? Steely Dan?
They wanted to incorporate something to comment on Steely Dan because Steely Dan had made a reference to the Eagles in one of their songs from the previous year. So it was kind of like a playful back and forth.
Were they throwing shade?
Kind of, but in the Eagles version, it was like just all of this symbolism, and it wasn't really throwing shade as much as just saying like, "We'll mention you in our song too." So it's a weird comeback, weird flex.
Did
Don
Steely
Headley.
Dan throw shade at Eagles? The
I
Eagles,
think they
whatever.
did. Yeah, I forget what the original reference was, but they referenced them in their song, and not in a positive.
They're an easy target.
Yeah, you know, the Eagles I always feel like are the Letterman jackets of rock and roll music.
Yeah, but they're
popular.
great.
They're the homecoming kings of rock music, and that's why, because they're like the quarterback.
Yeah.
They're good looking. They're great at their craft. Amazing songs. They're all great at their instruments. And they're just a little too polished and a little too good.
Sure.
And they're just way easy to hate on. And I'll stand by this. The Big Lebowski made everybody think it's cool to hate the Eagles. And I'm not about it. I love the Eagles. They're amazing. They are dicks.
They are.
I don't know them. I don't
They're
know
the
them
quarterback.
personally.
They're
Yeah.
the quarterback.
Yeah. I don't know them personally. I don't really know that. But
Did you see the documentary?
Uh-huh.
I watched.
You
it's a-
can
it's
gotta
a-
gather.
It's a 3-hour documentary, and I've watched it like 6 times.
Oh, I gotta watch it again. It is great.
Yeah.
It's really great. Man, Sam, this has been so much fun.
Yeah, it really has.
It's not over.
We spend a lot of time together, and this is what most of it is like.
It's a good time.
Yeah,
It is
a
a
lot
good
of it's
time.
spent making music, but the breaks in between, there's a lot of this going on.
It's really, it's the joy of my life to be able to make music and share music with other people that I respect so much. And look at us, like we have our bands, and we come together, and the music that we make with Nicole, I'm so proud of it. I'm
Yeah.
proud to be in a band with you. Shout out to anybody who doesn't know, we're in a band with Nicole Boggs. It's called Nicole Boggs and the Real. We're putting out new music all this year, so stay plugged in and tune into us on our Wednesday stream on the Nicole Boggs and the Real Facebook page.
We're taking a brief pause.
We're taking a brief pause because Nicole broke her ankle in this horrible ice storm, and she's my roommate, and she's up there right now managing and making it happen, and all our thoughts, and I hope yours go out to her because it's brutal.
Yeah.
She's really going through it. So
Yeah.
she's taking her time, and she's on the
It
mend.
was a bad break.
It was a bad break. 5 different places. Ugh. But she's post surgery and on the mend now, so we'll be back at it real soon.
Yeah.
But now, me and Sam are gonna play a little music together. Let's jam.
Yums.
We're gonna go to a little break screen where we're gonna play the song "Anything and Everything," which you wrote with none other than Nicole Boggs,
That's right. You played guitar on this track.
and I played guitar on this recording. It's a family affair. This is a song off of the Sam Gyllenhaal Band's, I guess, debut album called A Little More Freedom. Go check that out and support independent music. We're total DIY, independent free agents,
Yeah.
and we need your support. So go on Spotify or Apple Music, or just stuff a couple $100 bills in a manila envelope and go to
SamGyllenhaalBand.com. And I would like to say that we've got, my band has got music coming out this spring.
Awesome.
And I'm really proud of it and excited about it, so stay tuned.
That's very exciting.
Yeah. And the two songs we're going to play are on that record.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll be back in just a couple minutes. Don't go anywhere.
We've been moving in slow motion, trying to get the timing right. But the dancing all around it ends tonight. From the moment that I saw you, got a case of the butterflies. Oh, I keep something so beautiful bottled up inside. I wanna be the melody in every song you're singing. Wanna be in every thought you're thinking. Waiting, hanging on the tip of your tongue. I wanna be the little sweet thing in your sugar. Put a spin in the way your world turns. Call me, and I'll be wherever you are. I'd do anything Hope I didn't jump the gun, but my hard to get is coming undone. It's like slipping into something easy, you know when it fits just right. I don't wanna take it slow, cause when you know, is what I got in mind. I wanna be the melody in every song you're singing, wanna be in every thought you're thinking, waiting, hanging on the tip of your tongue. I wanna be the little sweet thing in your sugar, put a spin in the way your world turns. Call me, I'll be whatever you are. I'll do anything, anything you want, anything you need. I'll do it for you. Anytime you call, anywhere at all, I'll be there for you. Closing my eyes and jumping in, I'll go around the world and back again for you. I wanna be the melody in every song you're singing, wanna be in every thought you're thinking, waiting, hanging on the tip of your tongue. I wanna be the little sweet thing in your sugar, put a spin in the way your world turns. Call me, I'll be wherever you are, 'cause I'll do anything. Oh, yeah, I'll do anything. I'll do anything for your everything. We've been moving in slow motion, trying to get the timing right, but the dancing all around it ends tonight.
Floop. That's us. We make music together
Yep.
from time to time and almost every week.
Yeah, on Wednesdays. And Alex came on my show once.
That's right. On Thursdays, we have a whole. We got just a whole programming block. We got Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays locked in.
Yeah,
And
just the real all the time. And
All music all the time.
yeah,
That's what I say. Never. Look at us.
look at this.
Who'd have
Who'd have
thunk?
thought?
Not me.
No, not me.
Let's rock.
Okay, today,
Let's rock.
let's rock today.
Day.
Should I start her off?
Yeah.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll spin a little Motown, watch the record go around, red wine, paper cup Friday. Slow dancing on the patio. Bonfire backyard, hands moving in the dark, leaning into every move I make. Let this go where it's gonna go. Your lips, my skin, enough giving in. We're all tripwires and cherry bombs. 3, 2, 1, yeah, we're taking off so high. Full moon, night is too soon. Yeah, I could get as close as you want me to. I could fall, yeah, I could Alex finds a way to do the record scratch noise, and a lot of when he's playing guitar for me, and I love it every single time. Somehow it works every single time.
Well, it's just abandoning all sense of taste and just going with what's gonna make people notice me.
Well, that's the Sam Gyllenhaal motto.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Everybody just be your own.
Abandon, any taste and just be your damn self.
Just let your little wings. I'm gonna say.
Yeah. Yeah.
Making all the
Zero
sense.
hoots.
Let your wings fly. Zero hoots. Hey, why don't you tell the people about your Zero Hoots motto?
Yeah. So the Sam Gyllenhaal band motto is zero hoots, like zero fucks.
Exactly.
And not giving a hoot. And that's like a real simple kind of mantra that we live by. That it's like, fuck what anybody thinks of you. Be who you are. And it's kind of like those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind. Kinda
Wow,
deal.
that's beautiful.
So give no hoots. And that's what we do. In the real and in Sam Gyllenhaal band.
That's words to live by.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna play a song that I guess will be on the new Real record later on this year. It's a song we play on Wednesdays. If you're out there, Rodney, this one's for you. Let's kick it. I don't know why I said that.
Everybody knows your name, just assumes the rest. They watch you as you sip champagne, your designer dress. Remember on your sweet 16, Daddy bought you a Lexus. It wasn't much more than a week before you wrecked it. Poor little rich girl. Poor little rich girl. It wasn't your fault you were born into this world. All your daddy's money
diamonds and pearls for a poor little rich girl. Poor little rich girl.
Safe.
Miss you, Bogsy. Miss not having that third part there.
Yeah.
She's just right upstairs. She's right there.
Yeah. I thought about asking her to come down, and then I went and visited her, and I was like, yeah, that's probably not a good idea.
That's gonna be a couple of weeks before we're doing downstairs visits.
Yeah. But we love you, Nicole.
We do love you, Nicole. Stay safe.
She is the admiral of the mothership.
She truly is. And the mother of the admiralship.
Yeah.
So this one, that previous one I played, is going to be on the record. It's going to be the second single. And this one is going to be on the album. And it's called Love in Motion. And Alex played guitar on it. That's why he knows it so well.
Hot licks.
Yeah.
I think I know it. Don't speak too soon. We'll see. We shall see.
Oh, man.
If you guys are feeling tipsy, throw something in the jar. Let's see. We got something for that. I'll throw this up there. That's the Venmo. Support the arts and all of those and all of that stuff. Sam Gyllenhaal of the Sam Gyllenhaal Band.
Alex Kramer of Nicole Boggs and the Real. And AK and Friends. Alex Kramer and Friends. Work in progress.
It's a solo project with the strong backbone of Tucker Wilson and well, this is not about me right now. I'm gonna go ahead and stop that.
That's in the works. That's in the brain tubes.
That's in the works. You know, we're always working on something, always piddling away at something. What else is there to do? You know, wait tables? No thanks.
No thanks.
Not good at it.
Nope. All right.
Here's to not waiting tables.
You'll be my sweet magnolia. Please, Yes, sir. He knew it. Not only that, he killed it.
We felt it.
Yeah.
I love you,
Do we
Sam.
get to throw our picks?
Let's throw our picks.
Boop.
That was pretty good.
A real tradition.
Get out. No, really. You get out.
Should I order sushi?
It's way too fast.
Uh,
Way too late. Way too late. This is a late night show, you know?
Yeah. Cool.
That's cool. Suede.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make suede happen.
Dan.
Zang!
Zang. Damn it.
You are almost...
Almost cool. If you can't be cool, just be yourself, you know?
Listen, y'all. Come and see us sometime on Thursday nights, Spicy Thursday, on the Sam Gyllenhaal Band page. On Wednesday nights, it's only Wednesdays with Nicole Boggs and The Real. Or just show up outside of our house and throw money at us.
Wear a mask.
Wear a mask. Sam Gyllenhaal, y'all. Thanks so much. Thanks for being here. Good night, everybody. Thanks, Dad. Thanks, Anders. The Real... I was about to finish it when we're going to go to another screen. I always do that. And here's the other screen. Bye.
Test